The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. This is Darrell Martin, and we're checking out where the market's at right now. We got the S&P up 2.5 points. We got the Russell up 1. Nasdaq's down 12, and the Dow's down 18. Oil's currently down 63 pips. And let's see right here. We got natural gases down 0.5%. We got corn down 0.5 point. We got soybeans up 9. And the euro dollar is currently up 32 pips. Aussie dollar up a whole 31 pips. Pound dollar up 48. Dollar CAD pretty quiet right now, down 19 pips on the day. Dollar franc down 36 pips on the day. The euro yen is currently up 6 with the pound yen up 20. US yen is down 15. So having a little bit of dollar strength on some of the cross pairs there, but dollar weakness on the dollar base pairs. And looking on over at gold, gold's currently up 8 points, and silver is up 0.056 right there. So that's about 0.25%. And we got copper is currently up 0.0105. So right there, that's 1/3% on copper as well. So not any big major moves in the market. It's been a little bit of a choppy day, and I'm sure you're well aware of that. We've had a couple, tradable moves, but just no major, big deviation breakers across the board. Let's go ahead and check a few things out. A couple things we did get that we could take advantage of was we got a nice little move on. Let's just look it up. We'll go through it. So we got the Nasdaq, and let me just look at that. We had this massive surge, of course, last night or yesterday afternoon, whatever, on the Google earnings, Microsoft earnings. Both of them getting slammed, fell down, went quiet, and did a little bit of a dip there into the European session, pulled back up, and then just dropped on back down. And we did have a little bit of news coming this morning. Wasn't the highest impact of all news reports. But, we got the G20 meetings. Those are coming out. Those are happening all day today. So just some random things are going to be happening and different news reports coming out based on that. And they're talking about exchange rates being allowed to adjust and the three numbers, the PPI and all that stuff. So there's a lot of different things happening that people are looking at. And they want to build a change rates based on fundamentals, and there's some really weird things going on, but stuff just being discussed at the G20. And so as those little reports come out, it can, of course, mess with the market. Also, Japan has its elections coming up tomorrow, so, just looking for further backing on their Bernanke, making Bernanke Boy Scout policy. They're trying to make Bernanke look like a Boy Scout over there with some of the stuff they're pulling. The Canada Price Index, the core CPI came in as expected. The CPI came in a little worse than expected. Anyways, but on the Nasdaq, we're currently down about half a deviation on the day. We're just sitting at that half deviation mark, not really going anywhere at the moment. Market had its big sell-off, and of course yesterday. And if it does go on down, we'll look for a move down to about 30.28. And of course, it could move back up to settlement at 30.47. Let's go ahead and check out a few other markets. We got the S&P. So right over here on the S&P, it's actually up a little bit for the day. It wasn't getting dragged down by Google and Microsoft and all that in that process. But it's on, to the extent, everything got pushed down. But it's making a stronger recovery. It's actually on the positive side a little bit. It is earnings season. So earnings is, of course, impacting all the indices, and that can cause them to actually diverge from some of their normal things that happen. So that's NASDAQ. We'll go ahead and let's check out the Russell. On the Russell, it's also moving up a little bit, so we're getting a little bit of strength in the Russell. NASDAQ being the only one that's really pushing down right there. But, still hanging around, settlement. It had that big drop at the end, and then just nothing. And let's check out one more. Let's go ahead and look at the Dow. So the Dow's been had some big shakes and moves from IBM and all that. And then, let's see here. So we go in and look at it. It's sort of a different looking chart. It had this massive run-up. Based on some earnings that happened on it yesterday, but then it let it all go by the end of the day. Moved on down. It's in negative territory right now, and so still staying on that negative side, but trending up from last night. So it's more of an uptrend, I guess you could say, choppy uptrend. along with S&P and Dow. But Nasdaq having that negative, even though it's in negative territory, it's still higher than its lows on the day. That wraps up our indices. Let's check out our metals. So we'll go over here. We're going to look at silver right now. And looking at silver, currently went up to half a deviation down to settlement. And that's, about it. I'm trying to see if there's any kind of possible play on it. We'll look at silver. We'll look at copper. We'll look at gold. And see if there's any kind of play that we can take advantage of right here. And let me pull the scanner up. We'll show that on the screen right now. Binary scanner. We'll go over here and let's pull up. Yeah, copper's closed down. So we always miss that one. It's a little bit earlier. So, but anyway, so let's take that off right there. And then let's put in some parameters for some premium collections. 65, 95. All right, that'll get rid of a lot of the contracts. And wow, so nothing popping up right now that we can see that has any real value. On gold, we are in the 30-minute mark, so we're good on that. But we just don't have anything that's really showing up. By the way, if you don't see anything showing up, see, I'm actually making an error. I see it right now. Minimum reward risk ratio. I have a 1 in there, okay? Because I was doing earlier when I was on the bull bear binary hour with Tommy. We were talking about strangles where I strangled Nasdaq yesterday and made a killing on the trade. It was awesome, like right before our Google earnings announcement. And so right here, we'll put the 0 in, and now we got some potential trades. So there we go. All right, so I got that up. And looking over here, let's see what we got. Well, if we're looking at silver, silver comes up first. So we got a 19.400. Okay, well, that's not bad. That's not a horrible thing right there, 19.4 on silver. So I could consider that trade. Let's see here. We'll do maybe a little more analytics on it to see if I like it. But I think that might be we got a little bit of a down move, so I'm going to be careful. That's why I want to pull up a few more analytics on it and see where we're going to go from here. But that's a decent distance. So I like the distance on that trade. 19.4. I mean, we got to drop about 8 to 10 ticks on it. We got a very short period of time. We got 10 minutes left. It's a little higher probability trade, but higher risk trade, but it's not a bad one. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to throw a few in on that trade. But I want to get it for like 90, so we'll see if it bounces around a little bit. At least $90. And that's the 19.4 on silver. So we'll see if we get that filled. I'll let my order work out there for a little bit and do its thing. All right. So that one's working out there. And let's check out gold. And if there's anything that might pop up for us in the last few minutes on gold, I got silver on my other chart while we're going over and looking at this one. And on gold, we're at 1292.8. Okay. And so where does that put us on the trade? That's going to put us right in there. Hold on one second. I want to pull up the analyzer for you. There we go. All right, so we got 1292. We got a downtrend in gold. I think you definitely can see that downtrend. But, it's sitting right there. I was trying to, That's a tough one. So 1295, I mean, that's nice, but it's only 750. This one's 71 at 1292. But it's leveling off and turning around. I'm not getting any negative or positive market noise on the trade. About 8 ticks away. All right, so while we got that silver working, because I don't think we're getting filled on it, is I'm going to go over and just pull up a little more analytics on gold. First, I'm going to focus on this 1292. I do like the distance. I like having 8 ticks right there. We do have 14 minutes to go until expiration. So that is a bit of time, but if I can get a good price, then I could get out of the trade and I have a good risk-reward ratio on it. Do remember that if our strike gets hit, we want to bell on these trades. Okay, I'm seeing the up move right there. We're getting a little bitty. I mean, if we got to zoom in to see it, but definitely seeing the up move on this trade over here on gold. So, gonna grab that 12.92, put that in there, and right there. So we're looking for a very short-term trend. Okay, so see how this thing's starting to pull on up, and so right there, somewhere around $70 to $75. You got to be able to get in that trade. Get that to 12.92. Now, if it hits, because it might be commercial break or whatever, if it is 12.92, you very careful, because if it doesn't expire greater than 12.92, then you're losing like $75. If you'll get out when it hits it, you're probably going to lose maybe $25, $30 on the trade. So you're looking at a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio if you'll follow proper risk management there, okay? Money management. And you have a higher than 50-50 probability. So if you can get a 1-to-1 risk-reward with a greater than 1-to-1 probability, that's a really good trade. Because why is it a greater than 1-to-1 probability? Well, gold's currently at 12.93. Now, we are going to go into the pit close, okay? So, I mean, you just want to be thinking about that. We are going into the pit close on gold. And but if you got that ratio in place and set and working for you, okay, then you can go, wait a minute, 1-to-1, if it stays flat, I make money. If it goes up, I make money. If it goes down, but not all the way to my strike, I make money. So 3 out of 4 possible scenarios, I can be profitable on the trade. So my probability, as far as what is required to make, now it doesn't mean like, is it probable it's going to go up or go down? No. But 3 out of 4 things that can happen, I'll make money if that happens. Therefore, my probability is higher that the trade could be profitable. So with that in mind, and I got a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, if I get out at 50. So I've increased my probability. That's why it says like 77. That's like a 77% probability that the trade will be profitable. Therefore, the payout's only going to be like $25, okay? Or if it's 75%, it'll be like $25. But, again, if I'll use my risk, and this is, it's tough. I'll tell you as a trader, it is tough to get out of a trade. Sometimes, because you're like, oh man, I think it's going to bounce off that. You have all these mind games going. And what I've had to learn to do to make myself get out, okay, is I've had to go, do I want to spend the next 3 trades making it back if it loses? Or would I rather just make it back in the next trade? So would I rather just take the hit now, take one more trade, be back at break even, or do I want to just risk it, maybe not have to do anything, or possibly have to do 3 more profitable trades just to be back at the same point? To me, it's worth 1 more trade to get back to break even. And that's just, I think it's wiser and it's better in your psychology. Plus, the negative hit hurts really bad psychologically. All right, stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzamento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So we're still in that gold trade right now. We're just letting it tick-tock away, right? And so that's moving on down the list, and we'll see how it goes. But so far, so good. And I'm looking at all of them on there, and we're going to see how it plays out. But we just got to let it, sort of do its thing. I mean, it's literally its premium decay collection, Now, there's one thing. We're going to go, and we're going to check this out. I got that one going. That one's looking good. I'm going to go over here. I just want to look at something really, really quick. Okay, well, I think there was some free money sitting there, and I should have taken it. But I'll have to grab it next time. But anyways, I saw some trades that some traders had just sitting out there for some odd reason right at the last second on silver. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? But I'll take it from you. So, but anyways, it disappeared. I love it when those happen. Anyways, let's go back over here. We'll check out gold. We're on it for another, few minutes. And that trade will wrap itself up. And while we're doing it, I'll walk through a couple things that I look at when I do premium collection. So right here, I got 5-minute bars. I also use diagnostic bars. It's sort of like a Renko bar. It's like right here. So I'm actually I'm not looking at any kind of patterns at all. The pattern I'm looking for is the short-term trend. Okay. Ideally, I'm seeing an EMA pattern or flat. So if I see a little bit of a price pattern, but I see the EMA flat, 8 EMA flat, that's okay. I love it when I'm seeing a trend. Okay, right now we're not seeing a real strong trend. That's why it's a little hesitant to begin with. But, it's moving up pretty good on both sides. So I'm looking at that. I'm also going to check out time and sells. So I'm going to have my time and sells open, and I'm just going to be looking and seeing how are the ticks going, how are the orders flowing, okay? People are coming in, they're putting on positions. I just want to be watching, these contracts. These are actual fills, not the chart is, the live price is like the bid and the offer, or maybe the last. But it doesn't show me size, so I'm able to see size, and are we getting a lot of red, a lot of green, what's going on? And you just sort of get a feel right there for the market on the time and sells. Beyond time and sells, I also will look over here at the depth of market, and just to see, is there any significant price level that I need to be aware of? And because what would be significant? Well, if I saw like 80 contracts sitting at 1293.5, there's either some massive order is there or some market manipulations going on. Should that make me nervous? Probably. So I need to look like now look at that. We got 65 contracts. So somebody's trying to pull this thing up. So if I was short, I'd probably be a little nervous if I saw 65 contracts sitting there at 1293.8. Okay. And so we have a lot of contracts sitting up here. So there's going to be a little bit of a pull probably to that side. And somebody either is just, doing some fake orders to pull the market up, or it's actually going up. I can just kind of bust through it, but it's at least going to hit against 1293.8 for a little bit before it does it. But they're aware that, hey, there's a big order block up there to break through, and I got to hit 15, 20 orders. They got to fill 60, 70, 80 contracts to the upside to move up. Right now there is less, you could say, resistance to the downside. Okay, like 8, 10, 9, 8, 12, so as far as limits that are in the market. There's less resistance here, but there's more demand here. Okay? So, so you got to look at, do you want demand, or, what are you looking for? And if you get a good fill, this is one more, I'm just trying to give you some random tips on expiration premium collection. If you get a good fill, then you're going to want to make sure, all right, that, sometimes you may want to take profit. Like if I can get in for like 70, maybe even 75, I might want to take profit at, say, 95. I don't have to wait until expiration when I got a great trade. So if I'm getting a really good fill, a lot of times I'll go in and I'll say, hey, I'll get out at $95. And so you can go in and you can put that sell order in, to sell out of the trade at, 90, 95 bucks. And, so that way you're not holding it all the way till the end. And now you're in that 2-minute dark zone, and sort of like, So what is the 2-minute dark zone? The 2-minute dark zone is the time where you can't do anything. I could do a couple things because there's a couple traders that are trying to sell some contracts, so I could sell to them right now. But market makers pull quotes like in the last 2 minutes on binaries. So you can see over here, I could sell to this guy for 85 bucks and lock in a little profit on that one contract. But that's because there's another seller, or actually he's a buyer. He's trying to buy the thing for $85 in the market. And so I could go to that guy, and I could do it. But I'd be cutting myself short, I think, on this trade. All right, well, it's going to be wrapping up here in just a minute, and I'll let you know the outcome when we get back from this break.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position, for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. With over 3 decades of commodity trading experience, Andy Hecht has developed a system that combines both technicals and fundamentals. He calls this approach Technomental, and now you can put it to work for yourself with his brand new service, the Technomental Commodity Report. In this weekly newsletter, which comes out each Thursday morning, Andy gives you his analysis of the market price direction bias using fundamentals, and then specific trade recommendations including entry and exit points using technicals. The recommendations in the newsletter are always based on stocks and ETFs, so a futures account is not required, and Andy will often use options in the recommendations as well. Andy will tell you where to get in, where to get out, and he'll outline the risk-reward profile for all recommendations. To get your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht while locking in the low introductory rate, visit the front page of TFNN.com today. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so looking at this right here, checking it out. And so, yeah, gold's still heading on up. So that trend was definitely very identifiable, worked very well. Gold is down for the day. So looking at gold on a little more than a 5-minute trade time frame. But and the result on that, yes, I need to make sure I tell you the result on that. But, yeah, it expired in the money, okay? And so we had a nice settlement right there. I'll tear this off for you. And you'll be able to see this. So basically $1,000 payout on the contract. Now that's payout includes profit and risk being returned, because on Nadex your risk and your margin are the same thing, so you don't ever have to worry about margin calls. Okay, so I put up like $760. If gold stayed flat, I was going to make $240. If gold went up, I was going to make $240. If gold went down some, I was going to make $240. And it only had to do that for 5 or 10 minutes that I was in the trade. So very short-term trade, very nice profit, and like I said, you can put it at a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio versus a 3-to-1 if you simply will follow good risk management and get out when it hits it. Okay? All right. So on that one right there, we've wrapped that trade up. Got a nice move to 0.7. If we flipped back over to our normal 10-minute bars, then we would see right over here, a nice little, move on down to 1292.3 up to 0.7. So I'm just trying to look at where our stop would have been. So our stop would have been right here. So we got our, be aware, gold's probably going to be flat, choppy, reverse, whatever. Now, I'm not talking about expiration premium collection, but just for those who are trend trading right now. That warning came out pretty early this morning. You got that at about 10:50. So that would have been the time to pretty much stop trading gold. And especially if it hit a 1 deviation. But I mean, you can just see it's been nothing but choppy since. And then we can go on over. We can look at silver. We get sort of the same picture. But it happened actually a little bit earlier. But only a half deviation move there. We got copper. Pull that one on up. And we got a half deviation move on that one. So a nice half deviation move up, back down, cross the settlement. I mean, literally just magnet pricing right to settlement over and over again. And now let's go ahead and let's check out some agriculturals, because I saw that soybeans are starting to make a couple moves. All right, so we can look at soybeans right here. November being the active future contract. And so we're going to have to work on getting those in there for some of our information that we need. But right now we got September. Moved on up to 0.5, then on up to 0.7, right there in the September contract. August has a little more volume. So you got August and you got September, so just putting the different ones together. And then you got November. So August or November would be one of the two contracts you want to be trading, and it moved a perfect 1 deviation move. Okay? And let's see, let's go ahead and move on down to corn. So corn right here, let's check it out. It moved about down a half, almost a half, and up almost a half. So you got almost a whole deviation move. But it's about a deviation from high to low. But the big mover, and the one that I just loving is, just again checking out. Check out soybeans. That's just beautiful. That's just a perfect, easy, nice trend. And maybe you haven't traded soybeans, but you check it out on Nadex, because it's just it's a nice moving instrument. And if you haven't checked it out, definitely recommend you go check it out. But so we got soybeans right there, and let's go in. Let's look a little bit deeper. And I want to see if I can find even from an analysis of the soybean chart to show you how clean this really is. Let's see, we got that. Let me pull up August on it. Yeah, so we got, just nice clean chart. Let's zoom in on here. So you got Apex, like right there, just perfect, simple trades. And within the time frame, I use a smaller, now Nadex is something to be aware of. I use actually a smaller bar size when trading corn and soybeans because of the limited hours. It only trades from 10:30 to 2:30 on Nadex. So, or 10:30 to 2:15 on Nadex. So I don't have a lot of hours, and so I want to make sure I do get some signals in there the way that I trade. And so I actually go down to a smaller bar size, and it ticks in quarters. So you add in the quarter ticks, and then you add in the bar size, or you add in the limited hours. Then I got to go a little smaller because I have less time that I can take advantage of it. Now, let's go ahead and let's check out our energies. We got oil, and oil moved on up to 0.7 and down to 0.5, and look how it just bounced literally off one level, right back down to the other. And so just really cool levels right there, and we can go in, so that'll give us oil. Let's check out natural gas. And natural gas, and check that out, massive move yesterday, okay? Huge move, went right to a 2 deviation, which is basically a 97% probability of movement. And that was it. So, a beautiful thing, just right on the numbers. And we got a 0.5. We had the inventory report. We talked about this on air yesterday. 1.5 up to 2. And it settled out right about that area. And then today, we came in, oscillated a little bit before it finally went down to half a deviation. Went back in and filled the gap in. Pulled on back down. And let's check out what other... I'm trying to see if we got some trades we might be able to take advantage of. We're going to go into 2 o'clock expiration here in a minute, so we'll see if I see anything that looks really good. And let's go here. We got Aussie dollar is up 0.5, 0.7, down a little bit. So we got going on over here. And nothing major there. We might have a nice downtrend. So, okay, Aussie dollar might be before we get downtrend here. We can come back to that one. Let's check out euro dollar. That might be moving down with it. It's like it's wanting to turn around. And it's bouncing off a half deviation. So I like that. I just like everything. God. And we got pound dollar. Pound looks a little stronger. And let's see here. We're going to go over here. We'll check out some inverted pairs. Let's check out dollar CAD. Yeah, see, they're starting to move up. We got dollar franc. Starting to move up. Okay. Dollar yen. Sort of moving up. Okay. So it looks like the dollar right now is trying to get a little stronger, while the other currencies are starting to get a little weaker. And I can see that by looking across a variety of pairs at one time. So when looking at that, I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose, what markets best give me the trading opportunity. So I'm going to go back over to the scanner. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little walkthrough here. And I'm going to check whatever pairs I'm interested in. So dollar yen, dollar franc, dollar CAD, I'll uncheck the metals. And so I got basically 6 currency pairs. And I'm looking for anything that might have the possible things. And notice how, this doesn't look like there's a lot. Okay, we only see a handful. But watch this. If I hit reset filters on this thing, now we have all of these contracts. This is literally everything that's on Nadex right now on those 6 markets that we're having to try to dive through and figure out. So if I'll just go in here and go, you know what? I want 65 to 95 for premium collection. And I want the next half hour. Now, it basically fits on like a page or two. Okay? So you can tell there's definitely an advantage to that. And then we talked about the dollar. Looks like it's probably wanting to get a little stronger. So now I can go over, now that I've found what markets have possibilities, because right now, like Aussie dollar doesn't have a possibility. So there's no reason for me to even be analyzing the chart. But I go over here now and go, okay, euro dollar. So euro dollar, it has that short possibility. It's a short at 1.3141. That's pretty close. So I'm probably going to want to see a little more movement. I'd rather take in less money and have more safety cushion on that one. So I'm not going in yet, but I'm just going to open the ticket up so I sort of have it. And something else you can do, which is one of the upgrades we added as well, is you can actually click on it to select it. So now, to remember which ones you're looking at. Okay, but the problem is it'll disappear if it goes outside your filter. So that's why I'll open up the ticket. And then we're going down here. We're checking this one out, pound dollar. So I can even open that ticket up. Okay. And so those 2 are looking for short. We're looking for potential longs on the other ones. I'm not looking to go long on dollar CAD. Let's see here. I'm looking to go long on dollar CAD. I'm not looking to go short. So there's a short dollar CAD. I don't care. There's a short dollar yen. Maybe. Dollar yen sort of looking like it's just in a range for this exact moment. I'm more short than I am long on dollar yen. So I'm probably going to leave those alone. Okay? And I'm not going to put the other ones on unless I see the confirmation and I see the distance that I need. Right now, putting on a trade that's 3 ticks away from the market, not a great idea. Okay, so we're not doing the euro dollar trade. It's too close. We may, then like 5 minutes up to expiration. So, but we need to have some distance there. Let's go in and look at pound dollar. I think people get sort of greedy on these. They want to get a lot of money for them, and the goal here is probability. It's not profitability. It's profitability through probability being on your side. And you need to really keep that in mind, because I used to go in personally. I'd go and I'd try to get these on for $25 or $30, and sometimes I did. Today we did. It does happen, but it's just things that we need to you just need to be aware of. So we also this still we're ticking down, but we're not trending down yet. I'd like to get another bar in here going down. 52.68. That's 4 ticks away. That's a possibility. Euro dollar is a possibility as well. So I got both of those up. Right now, those are my choices. Okay? Now, I can go over here and go, well, do I think there is anything? And I can sort of go back down one more time. Now, Aussie dollar, there's a buy side. I wasn't long before. Let me see if I like this buy trade. Okay? I'll go over here and I'm going to look at it. I'm like, nope, I still don't like it. And it's only a tick off. So, not interested in that one at all. And let's see, we got some sell sides on dollar franc and dollar CAD. We'll look at them. But, at a certain point, we're turning a premium collection into a butterfly because we're going long and short dollar type thing. So, let's see here. We'll go dollar franc. And looks like it's going up. Doesn't look like it's really wanting to go down to me. So, I don't know if I want to sell a trade that looks like the market's rising. Not usually the wisest idea. So we'll abandon that idea. We'll go to dollar CAD. We'll just double check it. I'm just trying to see if there's any more possibilities available to us. And nope, that's definitely moving up. Even the ADM, it's crossed ADMA finally. We're getting up closes. If I pull up diagnostic bars, I'm doing the same thing. I think they're starting to move back up. So dollar CAD, not going to go there. And then we got dollar yen. We can check that out just for the next 5 minutes. What do we think will happen on that? And let's see here. It's back and forth. I'm still short. I'm still short on dollar yen. Just looking at the entire trend line of everything. It's like a little pullback, and it's going to start heading back down again. So, all right. So let's go back over to our euro dollar. I want to get these trades on. Then we have a caller come in, but I want to make sure we do follow through. We got 31.37 at 31.41. That's still pretty close. And so if I do these trades, I'm doing like really light risk. We got 52.63 on 52.68. We basically have 5 ticks on both of them. Okay? So you can go for them, put the trades on. I'm probably more comfortable with the euro dollar right now than I am the pound dollar, because the pound dollar, the risk is already too high. I'm only making like $6. So that'd be a 31.41, a short 31.41 on the euro dollar. And then on the pound dollar, it'd be a short 52.68, but I'd want to be getting like at least $15 for the trade. Okay, if I'm going to do it, and you ought to be able to short the 31.41 for about $20 right now. Okay, so our pick is probably going to be euro dollar out of the selections left. And I got Richard back on the line talking about I want to have some questions about some back ratio spreads. How you doing, Richard? Oh. All right. Well, feel free to give a call back. Looks like we dropped off the line. And I want to talk to you about the back ratio spreads. I want to help put that together for you. But what we need to do is let's get that in if we can earlier in the hour, because I think it's going to be a longer conversation, which is good. But I think we can explore that idea in more depth and put the pieces together. So, all right, let's look and see what else we have. So again, that one's 31.41, so it's still a pretty close trade. But it's amazing how big 4 ticks can be, when you're doing some of these trades. So we got 31.41 right there. We'll be right back after this break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So this trade is getting close. Very, very, very close, okay? And we still got 6 minutes to go. So it can be really stressful. If we get down to those final 2 minutes, okay, and we're within like a tick or two, you should be out of the trade. So I want to put that warning out there so everybody's heard it, okay? You should be out of the trade if we get into, like, in the next 2 minutes, if we're still within a few ticks. So, if it just drops a couple ticks, you can probably close the thing out for $5. So, it's going down pretty fast. Time is decaying and eating away at it. But you don't want to get nailed in those last 2 minutes. It's a painful, painful thing. And so I'm trying to give you all the tips I can today on this premium collection. To me, it's one of the most fun strategies to do. But it can be painful if you don't correctly execute it. So if you're close, just bell. You can make it back. So we made $25, 20 minutes ago. If you lose $25, you're break even. If you lose $5, whatever. You get out now and you're up like $7 on the trade. So, but anyway, so just, have a working order sitting there if it's one of those that you're nervous about. Like you can go in here literally on your order and you say, you know what, I'll buy this thing back if I can get out of it at, I don't know, $7, $8, $9, whatever would make you happy. So Like if I put $6, I'm like, I'll take 6. And I put that in. I become boom, done, filled, I'm out. I now have no risk on this trade. Now I can also hold it to expiration. So, hold it to expiration, I do risk losing all of it. I've captured some money, And think about this. People, I used to do credit spreads on the rut all the time. Actually, the iron albatross, which is like an iron condor, but it's really wide. And I'd go in to make about 3% on each side. Okay? Which would bring me in a net of about 6%. I'd close it out early if I could, just so I could remove the risk in case some weird market event happened. And so I'd basically be going for 5% a month. And those trades worked incredibly well. Still do. I don't do them that much anymore, even though it works well. Why? Why would I not keep doing them? Well, it's pretty simple. It took me a month to make money on that trade. And the risk was exorbitantly high. I mean, it wasn't there was no 1-to-1 on this, okay? If I went in, I was trying to make 5%, and I waited till it got to the strike, just to the strike, okay? I would lose like $5 out of 10 when I'm trying to make 50 cents. And now they were so wide that I only lost a couple times on them over years and years and years of doing them. And I made it back, and it was fine, but it made me wipe out like 8 months, of 1 month trades. On this, I'm able to go in and do a credit spread, iron condor, whatever you want to call it, vertical spreads. But I'm able to do them as many times, like really in a day as I want to. There's 21 expirations. And I'm able to have a 1-to-1 risk reward, and I don't have to wait a month. I can wait 10 minutes. And people go, well, that seems really stressful. Oh, yeah, because it's not more stressful to watch the Russell go up and down every single day for 20 days while you're waiting on that credit spread, or 5 days, because I'm doing weeklies, while I'm waiting on that iron condor, to hope it stays in that range. When it goes up, I get nervous. When it goes down, I get nervous. This is simple. It's 5 minutes, and stress is over, okay? And I can lower that. Not only can I make a higher return on the trades I'm putting up, I can do it more often, which means I can compound it, and I can decrease my risk by getting out at the strike, so I can actually trade on a similar to 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Anyways, I hope y'all learned a few tips and tricks today. We had 2 profitable trades, and y'all have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. Stay tuned for another great show coming up right after this.
Nowhere, spelled N-O-W-H-E-R-E. At one point, we've all been there, whether it be our health, career, or our finances. Some might be there right now. So where are you when it comes to your trading and investing? Better yet, where would you like to be? The good news, I can take you from nowhere to now here right now. Same letters, N-O-W-H-E-R-E, just a totally different emphasis and focus. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN, and on July 25th at 6:30 p.m., I'm going to share with you a trading strategy that I began on May 10th when the S&P was at 1627 and closed at the same price 8 weeks later. That's right, the S&P went nowhere versus a trading strategy that produced 100% hypothetical return in that same period of time, and it's now here for you. Subscribers to my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability, have free access to this exciting live workshop. The trend is your friend. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com. Decisions shape your destiny, and your trading destiny is now here for you.